Hey man, it's opening weekend. My name is Tony. What a beautiful day, huh? For late March or whatever. 70 degrees, brilliant sunshine, nothing but blue skies, no clouds. A great day to be outside. Or better yet, in a nice, dark movie theater, watching a brand new horror film, like X. Join me, won't you? I'm about to go get some right out of the theater feedback just for you. Another Friday, another movie. I got Cool Dad with me. Thanks for coming on. You never say no.
Hey, it's been a while, and Cool Dad without his son because we watched X. I watched
the
X
new
today.
horror movie, yeah.
Yeah, and that's not for the kids.
Not for the kids at all.
No.
I didn't think so.
You know, if you know about the movie, you know it's a throwback to. It's set in the '70s,
Right.
And it's kind of in the vein of a Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Right.
It gives you that vibe, and it was well done. I recommend this for somebody who's looking for, just an old school horror movie that's not shying away from either the gore or the nudity. This one, it's kind of rare these days to see where they went with showing skin, but they certainly lived up to the name on this movie.
Yeah. So basically, and I don't want to spoil anything, it's in the trailer, right? It's a bunch of knuckleheads. They go into the woods. There's a cabin.
Yeah, I mean, the premise of the movie is they're renting on an old couple's farmhouse to film a porn movie,
Right.
And take it from there. So they go full on into that. Like I said, when for gorehounds out there, when the blood starts to flow, it's pretty harsh.
Yeah.
In a good way.
That's what I want to hear.
For a horror fan who's looking for the reactions of That's it.
Is it? Well, two questions. Is it in this movie? Is there ever like too much?
No.
Or is it just enough?
I'd say it's fine because you're not. If anyone is going into this and they're going to be offended by what they're seeing on the screen,
Then
they're not going to be in this movie anyway.
Yeah, they should. They should go see something else.
They absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know what, but they should see something else.
Yeah, I'm going to compare it in my mind to the new Texas Chainsaw movie that was on Netflix.
Okay, right.
I saw that. It was boring. I found it a needless rehash, and just essentially it seemed to me that it was just a bunch of scenes put out there to get some clicks on Netflix.
They just won't let that go. That Texas Chainsaw movie.
I didn't find it to be interesting. It didn't have what I consider necessary these days in these movies, which is character development.
Right.
X has character development. You get to know at least a little bit of every character that's on screen, so when their fate is finally revealed, it means a little bit more.
Yeah. Dare I say, going back to Texas Chainsaw real quick before I let you go, any movie that goes straight to streaming on Netflix or what have you, is it worth anything?
I'm gonna say yes, it is, because depending on the movie you're seeing,
just not that one.
Let's talk about Netflix for just a minute. And the movie just came out last week, The Adam Project.
Right.
That I saw with my kids. I got a 14. My son just turned 14. My daughter just turned 12.
Okay.
And as a family movie, we loved it.
Yeah.
From a critic standpoint, you're going to find a lot to tear it apart. But from sitting down and watching it and having a good time, and that was direct to Netflix. It was fantastic. I have to admit, Netflix, for one, and I'm not saying anything about any of the other streaming services, but Netflix, if you find the right made-for-Netflix movie, it can be a really good time.
Yeah.
And some of them I'm disappointed aren't on the big screen. But, this movie, I think
actually, that movie,
it.
that one you just mentioned, that Adam, that's in like one theater in Jersey somewhere.
Okay,
and
I can see that.
Yeah, I don't know why they do that.
A movie like this, X, I prefer to see in the theater myself because you don't have the distraction. You can't pause. You're
you don't
not
want
distracted.
to.
No, if you want to have the full movie experience, you're going to see it in the theater.
You want to sit straight through, no bathroom breaks. I mean, I'm sure you're the same.
For somebody that's looking for a good old school horror movie slasher experience, go see X.
Yeah. And I've talked to you about them all. You saw Hellfest a few years ago. Stuff. Do you remember?
Yeah,
you remember that?
I do remember that.
Yeah.
That was decent. But it was your typical slasher, but I think it was a little bit better than others. I remember that one and thinking that they did a really good job on the haunted house. The way they showed that.
Yeah. And they did a great adventure thing.
Yep.
By the way, you mentioned all the Friday the 13th. I know you did it already. I just saw they were all on Paramount Plus, but if you have DVDs or whatever,
That's what I had, so we went through that.
Yeah. All right, cool. All right, thanks a million. Have a good weekend.
We'll see you next.
Well, I have it on good authority that you don't watch, sir, but I'm going to thank you anyway. Cool, Dad. Thanks a million, because I love it when you come on. You are the sunshine on a sunshiny day. You're extra sunshine. I love it when you see a horror movie. Anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed that. I know that was a little lengthy, but he knows what he's talking about. He's got a lot to say, and I don't want to miss a word.